What's up, you guys? It's James from James' Reptiles. As you know, I go to the reptile herd meetings once a month. I always try to. I can't always, and of course, Sherry can't always join me, but it's awesome when she can. Look at my shaved face. I look so much younger. Oh my god. But as I've been getting more into fish and I've been doing lots of research, there's lots of there's lots of people in the area who are into fish keeping, and so they're having a Sacramento area fish society meeting. I'm gonna start going to them. They're at the round table. It's about 20 minutes away from my house. Not super far for California, not super far for anywhere else. I don't know anyone. I'm not here with anyone. I get nervous in these kind of situations, but I'm gonna try my best to introduce myself to some people, maybe hand out my business card, get people knowing who I am, and they do auctions. So I really want to know how to do an auction. I'd like to bring my guppies next time. I ordered some medicine. I didn't even think about quarantining the animal. Well, okay. The guppies I got, I quarantined them because they're in a tank by their own with some plecos. No problem. But then I started seeing like little worms every once in a while in different shapes and sizes, and I go, you know what? I didn't put any meds in, and that's something I hear, Michael from Michael's Fish Room do, and Corey from Aquarium Co-op. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go. I went to aquariumcoop.com. I got their 3-pack, what they recommend. Michael uses it. That's in the mail. It's expensive, but it should, cure most things. I can use it for a while, and when I do sell fish, it'll give me a good name because nothing will have parasites or any of that. So I think it'll be great. But anyway, hopefully after that comes in, I can treat my fish. I can bring the babies here and sell them. Depending on what kind of stuff's at the auction, I do plan on getting some stuff. There's some stuff that I want. We'll see. No guarantees, but I think it'd be really cool if I came home with, one thing I want is a new air stone, new air pump for the guppy tank. Saw them all at the top today. Kind of worried. I changed the water and I changed the flow of the spigot because you can do that in my tank, and they were all at the top. So, obviously not enough oxygen in the water. Pardon me, they're all at the top getting air. So, but nevertheless, it's a little early. I always, especially when it's something new like this, I always get there way too early. They said check-in for auction items is no later than 5:30. It's like 4:45. So I'm gonna see if there's any cool pet stores really close that I can run into, and if there is, you'll see it. If there isn't, I'm just rambling. Peace. What is up, you guys? It's literally like 6 hours later. The auction was cool. I got myself 3 albino bristlenose, which is almost exactly what I wanted. There were some super reds in there. I was definitely trying for the super reds. They were a little bit more pricey. I paid $5 for 3 of these. I think like 2 red bristlenose went for, 20 bucks, something like that. And there were longfin browns that went, and all sorts of cool stuff. But I was like, I already got these. I already have to move the clowns into the show tank. So that's, I don't want to add, if I got super reds, I'd have to put these in the show tank too, because I'd really prefer the super reds breeding in the breeding tank. But yeah, I met a couple people. I'll have some people I know next time, but for now I'm going home, and I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. Bye. Alright, so first off, I want to apologize if this video is coming out a little late. I got home pretty late last night from the Sacramento Aquarium Society, or SAS. The meeting about whiptail catfish, very informational. The auction, awesome fun. I want to step aside real quick and talk about that. I ended up getting 3 albino bristlenose pleco babies. Some point in between me dumping them into my net and putting them in the tank, I lost one. I don't know what happened to it, but I only have 2. So my mistake, poor fish, what are you gonna do? So next meeting, I'll probably try to pick up a couple more just to make sure I end up having a pair, because worst thing I want is 2 boys. Better off would be 2 girls, so that way if I end up getting a male, I have more girls, but nevertheless. Right now, I want to talk about a comment that was made on one of my videos. I wasn't planning on making this, but the comment warranted a video, and I just want to go over my response, and let me just read it real quick. So, Tour YouTube said, awesome video, but I feel that you seemed to have rushed into breeding too quickly, as some of the females are very small. They can very well go into calcium crash. So, hold on. So this guy doesn't have any, this guy or girl doesn't have any videos, so I can't say for sure that they know anything about reptiles. But no, it is a good concern, and I just wanted to talk about it and tell you my response and then go into more detail. So I said I appreciate the concern. When I was given my original pair, Skipper and Bella, they had eggs in the tank. I had babies hatch out within a week inside the tank. And so I was thrown into the fire with crested geckos. Now, they're not my first reptile breeding. I've bred fat tails for a couple of years. I understand calcium deficiency and all that. I said, nevertheless, I am breeding for profit and I'm more likely to try to push a female if I feel she can take it. Now, in no way was, I kept reading it and I'm like, oh, that sounds mean. He's going to take it in a mean way. In no way was that meant to be mean. It was just, here's where I stand. I 100% get where he's coming from. But, they're not huge females. They're, below what is like suggested weight for breeding size. The one's been laying eggs for, I don't know, a year out of like when she wasn't mine. And as soon as she came into my care, the eggs started being fertile. So I can't really say much there. She's just been already doing it. And she's just a small gecko. She's not going to put on weight, because I had her without the male for a while and she wasn't putting on weight. The second gecko is younger. I am just trying to get her used to the male. I've been seeing breeding activity. I do supplement calcium in the wild. As soon as the female is ready, they're going to start breeding. Even before that, the male might try to breed her a little bit. But then you also have to go into, I'm running a business. I have my seller's permit. The faster she has babies, the more I can put on my table at the next show. Pardon me. And it's a business. It's absolutely a business. I love my animals. I do have some that I have favorites to, some that I enjoy seeing, some that I enjoy taking care of more. But it's a business. I feel from my experience, and I've been breeding cressets for almost a year, so I do have limited experience. I feel that she was at that size where I could start putting her with a male, and the risk of anything happening would go way down. Now, your concerns about calcium deficiency, or what do you call it, calcium crash, I've never heard that term, but I do like it, are warranted. But at the same time, that could be the same thing with a huge female. If they're pushing eggs out, they're more likely to have less calcium because all the calcium that is in their body is being pushed into the eggs. It makes them weak. It makes them not as healthy for the most part. Oftentimes you'll see some that are very weak. Oftentimes you'll see some where it doesn't affect them at all. Those are just animals. They're different. They're always different. So, as opposed to Sarah, my nice big female in the lower cage with the tail, she's putting out eggs, but she's big and healthy. The one up top hasn't put out any eggs. I have bred her. She hasn't put out any eggs. How can she be deficient in calcium? She's not putting out eggs. But the one that is putting out eggs isn't calcium deficient. She's doing just great. The eggs that come out are a little smaller than anyone else's because the gecko is smaller. And I expect the babies to be smaller because that's just a genetic thing at that point. But nevertheless, I just want to touch on this. It was a great concern the person had. I'm open to all questions. You can leave a comment. You can message me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. You can even email me at james@reptiles.com. I'm open to all questions. Like I said, I'm open to all questions. That's all I gotta say. But good comment, warranted a little bit of talk. This video was gonna be late anyway because I got home late last night. So basically with the fish tank, I moved the two clown plecos in the guppy breeding tank into my little show tank. So now it's got a Siamese alligator, autocinkless, corridors, and clown plecos in it. All those bottom feeders, and then some rummy nose, and I think that's it. I think it's basically all bottom feeders just for the rummy nose. So this tank's now just got guppies and just got two albino bristlenose. Man, I hope for a pair. I'm gonna have to get them a pleco cave. I'll probably get them on Amazon. I think Michael from Michael's Fish Room said you can buy 6 for $18 or just 3 a piece. I saw one at my local fish store. They had one in stock and it was $19.99. Let me look it up real quick. But I hope for a pair. Obviously the guppy fry are getting big. They just started to put a little color on today. I do have meds coming in the mail. It's something I should have done from the beginning. But now that I added the albino bristlenose, since I don't have a quarantine tank, it kind of worked out. I would have had to redose anyway. I did ask Michael in a comment. He didn't get back to me. It was an older video. But my question was, if I treat all the meds, you're not supposed to feed for, I think it's like a week or something like that. I said, I'm worried about my baby fry. They're new, they're young, I'm new to the hobby. What are they going to eat for that time? Are they going to starve? How's that going to work? Are they going to die? Am I going to lose them? That'd be really upsetting. He hasn't gotten back to me. My other concern is, if I do feed the medicine without feeding, and the guppies, eat algae and all that, wouldn't that be the same as them eating, and then the medicine wouldn't be as effective? I don't know, but he hasn't gotten back to me. Clay plant watering spikes. 6-pack for $17. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. All different brands. Here's a 4-pack for $11. Terracotta. Here's a 10-pack for $22. I don't need that many. But I'll pick some of these up. We'll throw them in that tank. And however long it takes bristlenose plecos to get to size, we'll end up having some babies. And that'll be a nice little thing for the channel. The guppies have babies. I'll probably go into more detail about the guppies tomorrow in that video. But I got so much to do today, animal-wise. I got to feed leopards, cresteds, snakes, fat tails, I guess, because it's all the same. Leopards and fat tails, I'm just calling them leopards because they're on the same rack and all that. Scorpions. Literally everything except for my roaches. But nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped out. I hope someone learned something. I know I'm always learning, and there's always stuff to learn about the hobby. But nevertheless, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. All that really helps with the channel. Check me out on social media. I do post pictures of my animals, and have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.